Finally, Tottenham have their new centre-back, and that guy is Radu Dragusin. In this video, we're gonna understand more about our new centre-back. We're gonna analyze his characteristics, and also we're gonna look at his career so far. Radu Dragusin is born the 3rd of February 2002 in Bucharest, Romania. The talent of Dragusin was clear since day one. He joined immediately one of the best academies in Romania, the Regal Sport Club of Bucharest. This was a key moment in the development of Dragusin as a person, because since he was 14 years old, he had to live by himself, because joining the club and with his parents working wasn't able to spend a lot of time with his family. This is one of the reasons why he looked so mature on the pitch. And even people that worked with him when he was young said that since he was 14, 15, he had the personality of the leader. And he became a leader with the under 15 of the national team of Romania. And he became a leader also at club level. Obviously, his performances attracted the interest of the best clubs in Europe. At some point, at just 16 years old, Dragusin had the interest of Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid and Juventus. In 2018, at just 16 years old, Dragusin chose to go to Juventus. The Italian club paid 300,000 euros for him, and he became immediately a key part of the under-23 of Juventus. He showed every characteristic that he had in Romania. He was a leader, he was a hard-working man, and he was clearly very talented. He had also the under-23 to win some trophies, and that's why at just 18 years old, Andrea Pirlo, the Juventus manager of that time, decided to play him in the UCL against Dynamo Kiev. Despite playing very few minutes with Juventus, he attracted a lot of interest from Serie A club. The talent of Dragusin was clear. For that reason, Juventus loaned him to Salernitana first and Sampdoria. Even here, he didn't play too many games, but the games that he played were so impressive. The next season, Dragusin joined Genoa in Serie B. This was a key part of his career because this was the first time that he had consistent minutes, game after game. In his first season in Serie B, Dragusin played 38 games, every single minute, becoming immediately the best centre-back in Serie B by far. Obviously, thanks to his performances, Genoa got immediately promoted to Serie A. And this is the moment where Dragusin proved to everyone that he is special. Because he was already the best centre-back in Serie B. But of course, the difference between Serie B and Serie A is huge. Not for Dragusin. Dragusin made Serie A look like Serie B. He dominated the league since the first minute to the last, becoming immediately one of the best centre-back in Serie A. In terms of characteristics, we can describe Dragusin as an offensive centre-back. Despite being 6'2", Dragusin is incredibly mobile. He's rapid, he's aggressive, he's explosive, and he's a real nightmare for every forward. In the 1-against-1 is absolutely insane. There are very few centre-backs better than him in those matchups in Europe. In Serie A, he's the one that have the highest percentage of dribbles stopped. He stopped the 87.5% of the dribbles that he had to face. That's absolutely insane. In my opinion, this is the best attribute of Dragusin because the way that we play, we leave a lot of time the centre-back in the 1-against-1 situation. And to have an incredibly gifted player in that sense will help us so much. This happened already before with Van de Ven, and I think that Dragusin will have the same impact. Dragusin is also incredibly dominant aerially. I think that we are talking about the best centre-back under 21 in Europe in terms of aerial ability, and the stats talk for him. He have the highest percentage of aerial duel won in the Serie A, and only the 5% of defender in all Europe have a better percentage than him, and no one is under 21. But Dragusin's dominance doesn't stop only defensively. Since he came into Italy, Dragusin scored 6 times only with Genoa in 50 games. That's an insane goal ratio for a centre-back. But it's not only about the scoring abilities. Dragusin is a creative machine on set pieces because you just need to put the ball on his head and he will win the duel and he will create a situation. He reminds me a lot of Virgil van Dijk. He has a similar characteristic and is as dominant as him physically. Also, Dragusin in various interviews said that he finds himself very similar to Van Dijk and that Van Dijk is his role model. The only part of his game that he can clearly improve, in my opinion, is his distribution. Obviously, he played with Genoa, that with Gilardino doesn't require from the centre-backs these ball-playing abilities. So a lot of time he will just try to get the ball out of the danger. With us, he will need to play the ball way more than he did with Genoa. At the same time, I'm not too worried because even if he made some mistakes technically this season, I can see in Dragusin a very good player on the ball. He's smart, he's confident, and he's very composed. That's the most important part. Because in our system, a centre-back doesn't need to make incredibly difficult passes, but he needs to keep his composure under pressure. And that's something that Dragusin can do 100%. We need to understand also that this guy, despite looking 30, is just 21 years old. So he has a lot of room for improvement, and I have no doubt that he will become also a brilliant ball-playing centre-back. I'm so happy and excited about this transfer. He is another key part of our rebuild, another young and talented defender, another young and talented player to add to this beautiful foundation that we're building with Ange Postecoglou. The future is surely bright and the present is also not so bad. I think that in 1 or 2 years we can really be in contention of titles because we are bringing into the club the right profiles, the right players, not only technically but also mentally. My confidence in this project is at the highest. I really believe that we can finally achieve something, that we can win trophies, because this is the right direction.